Immigration reform is one of the most contentious legislative battles waiting for the House when they return from summer break. Now, the Senate passed a comprehensive immigration bill in late June, which included a path to citizenship for 11 million people, investments in border security, and new visa programs. But conventional wisdom is that that Senate bill is doomed in the House. Congressional reporter Ed O'Keefe is here to help us take a closer look. Now, Ed, John McCain and Jeff Flake in Arizona had a forum today on immigration. Talk about this. What were the main takeaways?
They basically defended what the Senate did back in June and said, look, this is very good for the economy. It would basically find a way to bring millions of people into the job market. They said that the House will take this up because it is good for the economy, and took some questions on border security, on what this means for the 11 million or so undocumented folks, but generally believed that the House will indeed do something this fall.
Now, let's talk.
Seems optimistic.
Yeah, well, let's talk about what you saw on the ground, because I think this is so important. So you went to Texas's 23rd district. For those who don't know, this is a massive district that takes in much of West Texas, all the way out to El Paso. 800 miles of border, currently represented by a guy named Pete Gallego.
Yep.
Tell us what the immigration debate is like there. This is a district that's been competitive between the two parties, gone back and forth several times. What's the immigration debate like there, and what does it tell us, if anything, about when they come back, what to expect?
Well, it was instructive, because you mentioned the Senate bill that McCain and Flake were talking about, and I literally had three people throw their head back and laugh at me, as they said it's impractical what they would do there. You know, Senator Flake made a very good point during that conversation today that you heard in Texas, which is, look, in Texas, they don't want any more border fence. Maybe here in Arizona, we need it. And that's what they were saying, is that there is no one-size-fits-all solution to 2,000 miles of treacherous border. Here in Texas, we're more concerned about legally allowing people to cross the border and work on both sides of it. We're more concerned about what this means for undocumented folks. We're less concerned about, you know, putting up fences and finding ways to penalize people who might be here illegally.
And that would go to the argument that the House is making, that a more piecemeal, that a comprehensive approach may not work, that a piecemeal approach may be necessary.
Right, and if you think about it, you know, who would know better than House members, basically, who represent this every few hundred miles of the border, as opposed to senators who represent a whole state.
So what is next for immigration reform? I know.
$64,000 question.
You're the smart
we have a couple months.
We look into the future, we'll see. Look, remember, we have deadlines approaching. We have fiscal deadlines. We have a budget deadline at the end of September. A farm bill has to get sorted out. The debt ceiling now doesn't happen, or may expire really at mid-October. So you get to mid-October and you've sorted all that out. Maybe then the House starts voting on this. But because they're taking this piecemeal approach, maybe they start voting on things come September, October, and try to get it done by November. One of the key things McCain said today was something has to get done by the end of this year in order to begin the process, if indeed the House passes anything, so that the House and Senate can sit down and talk about it. Because, of course, next year, 2014, midterm election year, if things aren't done by March, forget about it.
Nothing will get done.
Right.
Ed O'Keefe, intrepid congressional reporter. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. It's Ed at Post.
That's right.
Ed at Post. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.